this type of thing. But right now you have a lot of folks who are celebrating, they're at least mocking, or maybe even just apathetic to the fact that he has passed on. And I've seen people like his fans and stuff talk about that group as being, really messed up. Like, how twisted you got to be, how effed up of a human being do you have to be laughing or happy and celebrating that this man has died. And my personal belief on that, even if I don't stand where they stand, is that it's not so much a measurement of their character, even those that are laughing at him being gone. It's not a measurement of their character that they're reacting in that way, as much as it's a reflection of the impact that his content has had on them.
That's a lot, and it's absolutely a measurement of character. And it's so easy for me to see it from a different perspective because a lot of men, just like you, Derrick, you're hated by men, just like a lot of women hated Kevin. And if you, unfortunately, left the earth, I would be disgusted if men started trashing you on the internet.
Because yes, Kevin Samuels is not all bad or all good. Nobody is. So there are people who have had very positive experiences. He's been encouraging, validating to a certain group. But there's another group who have experienced his content the exact opposite in a really messed up way. Dare I say verbally abusively. Some people say, oh, that's a reach. He was just holding women accountable. How do you hold a woman accountable for being 35 years old and single and saying that they're leftovers?
The same way you hold men accountable for being 35, single, and broke. Like, bro, what have you been doing your whole life? We're all where we're at in life because of our actions. And sure, some people are dealt a bad hand. But what you do with that hand you're dealt, that's what we hold you accountable for. Some people make the best of it, some don't.
Let's not idolize the dead and just make them angels all of a sudden. Like, let's stop the gaslighting, okay?
No, not okay. You don't have to act like you like Kevin Samuels. That's cool. But if you don't have anything positive to say, don't say anything at all. You guys are forgetting that option.
So for the women that fit into any of those groups, whether it was 35 and single and you called leftovers, or you're overweight so you call Big Shirley, or you average looking at best, or you're a single mother and you experienced his content in a really harmful, negative, demoralizing way, that group's experience with his content is just as valid as those of you who have gotten it, a lot from his content and you love his conversations and stuff like that. So I have an issue with invalidating them as just being another messed up, twisted group of people that can't handle the truth or whatever else. And I also have a problem with charging black women with the responsibility to continuously take the moral high road and be the bigger person. Like, they're always held to that responsibility.
Wrong again. Adults in general are held to these standards, not just black women. Men especially are held to a higher standard, which is why you hear them saying things like, be a man of your word, because your word means everything, which is why I would never put that negative energy out in the world.
Black women march for us as black men whenever we die at the hands of police brutality, but vice versa, when a black woman is killed, they get silence at best. Sometimes they even get, what did she do to deserve that?
I don't know about that. I saw a lot of black men and women at the Sandra Bland March. We've always marched together for black issues, but leave it up to you, Derrick, to make it seem like it was just black women. And what happened with the whole Black Lives Matter thing? I'm 100% an advocate for the advancement of our people. But you telling me we did all that marching so one black woman could live in a mansion?
Oh, hell no!
Okay. I don't care if you're liberal or conservative. You should be pissed about that.
And when it comes to being a parent, a lot of black women are left to raise a child by themselves and blamed for choosing a man that left them to raise that child by themselves.
I disagree with that as well. Any logical person knows it takes two to make a baby. That man is just as responsible, if not more, when it comes to me, because you can't claim to be a leader and not take accountability for your own actions.
And then now we're telling them that, hey, when a person that represented trauma and degradation to you and humiliation to you and mockery to you, and projecting a lot of unworthiness onto you, when that person can no longer do that, bite your tongue or else you're a bad person, I think it's unfair.
I always try to be neutral when it comes to these topics, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. Derrick, you out of all people should understand this. You got on the internet and called men broke, dusty, gay, and cheaters, even though you're a cheater. So I personally will stick to my morals, but if God forbid something happened to you, I'm not making a video telling men to grow up. You're bigger than that. Nope. I'll just exercise my third option and say nothing.
For those who don't know, the history is there. You know, for years before he really blew up, he was saying my name and he just didn't agree with my content. And some people don't, which is cool. And then I also voiced that I didn't agree with his. We didn't know each other personally. We were supposed to have some type of debate/discourse at one point. It just fell through. But whenever I got wind of him passing away, I was deeply saddened. Really, genuinely, deeply saddened. He ain't never said anything enough about me to be happy that he's gone or anything like that. But I was saddened because, first off, it's a reminder it could be any of us.
Fine, you asshole. If you die and people clown you, I'll tell them to stop. I'm out.